Hi, this is John. I'm doing my review on the Black Aces Tactical 12 gauge lever action shotgun. Um, it's I believe, a product of Adler Arms. It's the model A-110 12 gauge. I'm not sure what how they do things between Adler and Black Aces, who manufactures what, but it is an Adler Arms. Even in the manual that I got with it, it says, welcome to Adler Arms here on the first page. Introduction to Adler Sporting Arms is what it says. So, as you can see, it's a nice looking gun. It's a very nice looking gun. Action is smooth. Stock's nice. It's a very pretty gun. I'm having trouble with it though. And I've been in contact with Black Aces. I've also reached out to Adler. Haven't heard anything back from them yet, but that was only Thursday and today's Sunday. So, yeah, I'll give them a chance. The paracord lace that I put on there, I did that. That didn't come with it. It comes with 3 chokes and a key to remove and replace the chokes. And it's a nice gun. Now to the problem with it. My problem is I'm having trouble getting the rounds to cycle in the gun. And their recommendation was to break the gun down and clean it and lubricate it with CLP. I had this mossy oak CLP, so I did all that, and the problem persists. And here's the problem. Oh, they also told me to try different ammo. So I have 3 types of ammo here, 3 shells. Remington Nitro, 2 3/4, which is low brass. It's got a low brass head. I then tried the Remington Gun Club, again 2 3/4. It will take 2 3/4 and 3. And then I just went with the most expensive round I could find at Sportsman's Warehouse, which is a Federal Ammo Grand paper. It's for competition paper and clay target blades. And it's a higher brass. Okay, so the Remington Nitro, low brass. The Remington Gun Club, the head is low steel. And the Federal is a higher brass head. Okay, so start with the low brass Remington Nitro. This is how you load it. From the bottom, push it in. Okay, just 2 rounds. It's advertised to hold 5 in one, 5 in the tube and 1 in the chamber. Okay, so okay, that actually did work. That worked. Okay, let's try this is the Remington Gun Club. Not working, not at all. Okay, so tell me how close to come to be able to see this.
That looks pretty good.
If I push this part is called the magazine stop. If I just give it a little help. Push it a little. It may, and it did. It chambered. Next one, however, nothing. So I will push it again, give it a little help. Chambered. All right. Next we will try, and these, the more expensive ones, they're, you know, $8 more, $8, $9 more for 25. The higher brass, give those a try. Chambered. It's not working. So that's the problem I'm having. And I've done what they've told me, and it's still not working to my satisfaction at all. Now, you put 5 of even the most expensive rounds in here. I'll put 5 in of the most expensive rounds. One right out of the box. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can definitely tell when you're at your limit because it just stops. And with 5 rounds of anything that I've tried, it's just a no-go. Now I can help it along. Oh, I don't want to pop out. Help it along. Okay, chambered. Chambered, 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 chambered. Okay, so, you know, this ammo definitely works better in the gun. It's almost twice the price. But I guess if that's what I have to do, I have to do that. But I'd rather not. You know, I'd rather, you know, run some cheaper ammo through. Who wouldn't? So I've looked up, you know, a couple videos on this gun, and it's the Gen 2. It's the next generation. And even the manual is still seems like it's geared to the Gen 1. It doesn't seem like it's up to date, you know, with its parts list. So I tried to find videos on how to break it down. With the help of Black Aces Tactical, to their credit, they did help me learn how to do it. And it's very simple. First of all, you have this nut that holds the swivel for a sling, and that will remove the forearm. Comes off. Oh, he's getting that other piece that just fell out, and that's just a piece that fits in there. So you're not going metal to wood; it's metal to metal. It's like a bushing. Then there's a next nut, which you just gotta thread off, and then your whole barrel just slides right off. So that's very simple. Now for the rest of the breakdown, there's just one pin. So get a punch, a little hammer, and it's, now let me explain. It's the how close should I get?
Oh, looks good.
There's one pin. It's here roughly above the screw that holds the lever on. It's concave in there. So that's the pin that you use. And you do it from the side where it's sort of peened on the other side. So you want to hit where it's concave, where you can see it actually is kind of made to accept a pin. See, it just comes right out like that. And then, oh, you also have to remove this screw that holds the action to the lever. Try not to bug that screw up. And just as a side note, there's another piece on the end of that screw. It's just like it just sort of finishes off the screw. Now I didn't have it on because, you know, working on it, it's fallen off a couple times. When I'm done, when I feel like I've got this thing working correctly, I will put some thread lock on that so it doesn't come off. Are you able to see that all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you undo that, and the trigger assembly should just pull right out. And to get the bolt carrier and the bolt out, just take it out through the front. And there you have it. Now, I've tried to get the tube off. I don't want to scratch it up. It's really in there, and I haven't felt the need to do it yet, so I haven't. Now, this is the last piece, and this is, I think, tell me when you think you can see that.
You might need to just tilt it forward a little. Yep. That's good.
Can you see that rocking motion?
Yep.
That is the magazine stop, and I think the heart of the problem that I'm having. What happens is this bolt carrier has got an indentation. It's got a gap in it, and what that does is it releases that magazine stop for just an instant, just as it. Let's see if I can show.
Tilt it forward a little more, if you can.
Yeah, that's right. See there, it's engaged, holding the shell back. There, it is disengaged, letting the shell come out of the magazine. Okay, so it seems to me that the problem is, and I'm going to have to, I will have to remove this to show you, but either the ground on the front of the magazine stop is too rough to slide off of the shell, off the head of the shell, or the spring that holds this, or that actually tries to push that away from the shell, releasing it, is not strong enough, or the tension in the magazine tube is too tight to allow that to go. I don't know what else it could be. So now I'll show you how to remove that magazine stop, and I'll show you the springs on that. Don't try to do it from from the top. Always try to remove this pin from the bottom. Again, same punch. Now when you get to the other side of the magazine stop, if you're not exactly straight, you know, you won't be lining up with the hole. So you just got to kind of feel around, let you know that is actually in the opposite hole. There, I got it. Okay. Okay, so there. This is the magazine stop. Now, to finish removing that pin, because you'll want to put it in from the bottom again, I just use a pair of pliers and pull the rest of it out. There's the pin. Okay, so magazine stop, which, you know, I have to believe is at least part of the problem. So what you have is a spring on the back side of this. That's what, whenever the bolt carrier reaches this, whenever the notch in the bolt carrier reaches this, that spring is supposed to push that out of the way. There's also another spring on the back of the front part of the bolt, the magazine stop. And I know that whenever it is engaged, that just allows you to slide the shells in. It's just a secondary spring that allows you to slide the shell in whenever the bolt carrier group has got that compressed. I hope that makes sense. And that's it. I'm still, hopefully, they will continue to work with me to try to get this right. It was $500, and, you know, after all was said and done, you know, their price and shipping and the transfer fee from the local gun shop that I went to get it transferred. And just this has nothing to do with the problem, but I will show you how to take the stock off. It's just Phillips head screwdriver, number 2. There's holes in the back of this cushion, and you just remove those screws. I try to sort of do them evenly, just because they're threaded into wood, and you know, you don't want them ever to get too stripped out or anything. Just try to do it evenly. And it's off. And 13mm socket. There's a hole there. Now, I've seen other videos where it's an Allen wrench, and they didn't have long enough Allen wrenches to deal with this, but this is luckily just a 13mm, and I have an extension. And that is a machine bolt. Just machined right into the back of the receiver. And there's the stock. So that is as far as that's pretty far broken down weapon there. The only other things I want to say is, now I put 11 rounds through it with my son and videographer. And it's an accurate gun. The sight's great. I love lever action weapons. It's pretty disappointing. This is, well, actually very disappointing that I'm having this trouble. But, you know, I'm confident that I can get it working. And if I figure out what it is, I'll post another one. And I think that's about it. Appreciate you watching. Thanks.